Lovely to see you all. And it's just heartwarming that people are really interested. It always amazes me how few people there are that are really deeply interested or concerned about the human condition and are really open to exploring the inner life. And so, big thank you to you all. I was going to talk tonight, I thought, about endings. So endings, in a sense, I suppose that connects also with impermanence. So we're all familiar with endings, and they can be incredibly painful. Endings of relationships, the endings of jobs or careers or events or pleasant experiences, the ending of life, of course, of loved ones and family, and our sort of our own exploration of our own ending of our life. So a very deep area for inquiry, because we seem to be locked into this view, if you like, of continuity. We like things to continue as they are. So that's why we have difficulty with the ending of things. And of course, this is the fear of loss, and it's the fear of losing the familiar, if you like. So we're not too sure of the unfamiliar. And we've got an example of this, of course, with the virus happening. The whole world has already suddenly been thrown upside down. And the ending of what they call normal society. And they're now talking about what it's going to be like in the new normal. So there's a real sense of insecurity here. And it's, of course, it's an insecurity for the construct of self, if you like. The very basis of this sense of continuity that we like, that we foster, comes out of this deep, deep sense of insecurity that somewhere deep inside there, we really know that the self is very fragile. And we spend a lot of time in society trying to avoid coming into contact with that fragility. We distract ourselves, we acquire things, you know. And the more things and the more people I can identify with, the more secure I feel, the more continuity I feel there is in my life. So we can create elaborate dramas, if you like, and routines, just to fortify and gives really some sense of continuity that I am achieving, I am moving in some certain direction. And this, and in a way, enables me to avoid looking at the underlying deep insecurity. And this, what this tends to do is feed a deep hunger for love and contact. We're sort of driven by that hunger, if you like. And it's a hunger to be accepted, to be acknowledged, to be included. So we join groups and organisations and religions, and we cling to beliefs. We take up meditation practice, and so that we feel we have some purpose or some, as I say, continuity in our lives. So we tend to be moving from one distraction to another. And of course, consumer society is built on this. That's the foundation. This constant need to have and to become. So what happens when we turn and face this insecurity? What happens when we stop for a moment and really see into the impermanence of things? What does that impermanence reveal? And of course, what arises in that can be an incredible amount of fear, because we have spent our whole life constructing a real sense of continuation, a real sense of security and stability, but it's on quicksand. And the fear arises. It's not actually fear of the unknown, because we don't know what the unknown is, but it's fear of losing the familiar. So that's why we can be afraid of change. We can accommodate our suffering in a way, lots of people do, with the fear of it changing into something else that they're not familiar with. So if we do turn and take that moment to stop and look into the fragile life system, this human body only has a certain amount of time, all the conditioned things, all the constructed things, everything we own, everything we know, everything's going to come to an end. If we stopped and considered that very deeply and looked at that, the reality of that, instead of just rolling along, taking things for granted. So then we come to sort of looking at into the ending of things. And of course, ending is connected to time. A movement comes to an end, be it a life, a galaxy, a universe, a story. So time in the outer world, we can see in the movement of, say, the Earth around the sun, from birth to death. Time exists in that form. But when we look at the inner life, the inner psychology, what is it that creates that sense of time, that sense of wanting to become, wanting to acquire? Wanting to be. Of course, this is the construct, this is the self that's doing that. It's doing it in order to promote continuity. But is there really any time, psychological time? Is time only connected to the thought? As in, I'm thinking what I might do tomorrow, or I'm remembering what happened yesterday. It's just a thought. It's not the event. So thought has created, in a way, the concept of the inner time. So when we start to see that actually endings are happening all the time, there is no continuity in that sense. It's moment to moment. Are we at ease with that? Without then investing in creating the future, or the imagined future, the fabricated future, how we would like it to be, or what we are afraid of that it is going to become. So is it possible for a human being for there to be an ending of time in that sense? The ending of becoming, the ending of wanting continuity. Can there be an ending to any identification with thought, with memory, and with time, and with that whole construct? And how much we invest in that? Can we be free of that habit? Is it possible? These deep questions require an attention, a deep attention, that in a way is not distorted by the past. So we can't bring knowledge to that moment, the known, because the known is the familiar. What we're exploring here is the unfamiliar, the unknown. So we need to come to it afresh. So we need to come to it in a state of unknowing, if you like. Just seeing, just watching, just being aware of what is occurring, without embellishing, without making it more than what it is, not making it into something. It's just the unfolding experience. So when we watch in this way, with this openness, this spaciousness of mind, it has a timeless quality to it. There's nothing here to acquire. There's nothing to learn. There's nothing to grasp onto. It's just this vast spaciousness. And it's silent and it's empty. We can call it the sweet unknowing. Enough. Thank you.